It's a typical day in Dogpatch, USA, where typical folks do things in a typical way. First we rub the sleep from our eyes, get our grub, then shoo away the flies. We spend what's negotiable, then we get sociable, sitting around swapping lies.
And then we drop by to collect unemployment pay,
Which leads us to say it's a typical day in Dogpatch, USA.
Is known as Marrying Sam, which is fine, cause that's who I am. I figures it's vital to change a gal's title to Mrs. or even Madame. For 15 cents extra, I'll furnish the bride's bouquet.
Step aside for Earthquake Magoo, busting out all over like Jew. I stands on the corner, enormous and ornery, making the Pharisee swoon. My secret is ours to tangle with Daisy May.
like he said, my name's Daisy May, 'cause my mom, she planned it that way. My one aim in life is to be a good wife and to marry little Abner someday.
She chased little Abner clear off into outer space. If he could be caught in the next Sadie Hawkins race.
Mammy here's society's queen, and she heads the local machine.
I sweet but Oz mystical and pugilistical, matter of fact, a champion.
Little Abner, we has both learned, still don't know how money gets earned. He's big and he's gentle,
but unsentimental as far as young gals is concerned.
I get pretty tired of running from Daisy May.
Which leads us to say it's a typical day in Dogpatch, USA.
Girls, Sadie Hawkins Day.
Oh, boy, I'm going to catch myself a husband this year.
Look, here comes Mary and Sam.
Good old dog.
Hi, Mary and Sam.
Back.
Mine, too.
Greetings, everybody. Greetings to y'all. Hi there.
Mary and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Howdy, Mary and Sam. Welcome home.
Well, it sure is nice to see all you gals getting in shape for the big race next Friday.
We sure is, Sam. Has Janet new types of weddings for us this year, Sam?
No, honey, just my usual line. There's my $2 standard, which guarantees you 3 weeks of bliss and 50 years of quiet desperation. My $4 special. My $6 foreign sports model. That's in case any of you latches onto some foreign sports. And, of course, my $8 spectacular. And don't you worry none about your credit, because this year I'm on the Diners Club.
Now, we'll see you next Friday, Sam, with our newly intended, whoever they may be.
Grab yourself a live one, Moonbeam.
We sure will, Sam. See ya.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Come on, Sophia. Let's go see our friend, Available Jones.
Well, howdy, Sam. Welcome home.
Howdy, Available. My, sure is good to see you, and it's good to be back here in the metropolis. I guess that's where I belong.
You allers was a city boy at heart.
Yeah, I likes to hustle and the bustle and... Say, what you working on?
Greatest piece of merchandise I ever had for the Sadie Hawkins Day race. It's my ICBM.
ICBM? What's that mean?
I catches bachelor men.
Sounds promising. How does it work?
Top secret. Already been promised to a matriarchal head of one of Dogpatch's first families.
Not Pansy Yoakum.
No comment.
Now, don't tell me that Mammy's fixing to trap Lil Abner so's Daisy May can catch him this year.
Can't discuss it.
Why not?
You knows my integrity, my sense of honor. When I makes a confidential deal for a price, my lips is sealed and they stay sealed.
Till you gets a better price.
Naturally.
Mary and Sam. Mary and Sam.
What is it, Luella?
Mammy Yoakum says for you to come right on over for a business conference of enormous magnitude.
I'll be right there, child. Oh, by the way, how's your dear mother?
She's out a hunting.
And your dear father?
That's what she's a hunting for.
Lovely child. Think there's a chance we can marry her off this year?
So is. Soon as her divorce is final.
Keep me informed.
Abner, it's time to go fishing.
I'm coming.
You can't go yet.
Why not?
Because you can't, that's why.
But Pansy, if the boy wants to go fishing.
Hush up. You can't go yet.
Why not?
Because you haven't taken your Yokenberry tonic.
Mammy, I'm too old to still take that old baby tonic.
Oh, no, you ain't.
Oh, yes, I is.
Oh, no, you ain't, and I knows best. I've been giving you a spoonful of my own special Yokenberry tonic every day since the day you was born, and I intends to give you a spoonful every day to the day you dies, and for several weeks thereafter. Now, open and hold.
But, Mammy,
Open and hold, I have spoken.
Hey, Abner, come on.
I'm coming.
Abner Yoakum, you sit that down right there.
Huh?
That there.
Oh, Mammy.
Now, Abner, Daisy May's coming by soon. So's Mary and Sam. And I kind of thought that maybe this year you'd let that sweet little gal catch on Sadie Hawkins Day.
Pansy, if the boy feels he ain't ready for marriage yet.
Happy, why don't you take your oversized nose and your undersized self and take a walk?
No, Pansy.
Go on, stroll into town, see what's doing down in the lower rent district. Go on, get.
But Pansy!
Get, I have spoken.
One of these days, you're gonna make me very mad. Get out of my way. I got places to go and things to do.
Now, son.
Mammy, before you get started, I got something to say. You is my very own mother. Down deep inside of me, I loves and respects you. Almost as much as I loves and respects the U.S. of A. But I also want to say that down deep inside of me, I loves and respects fishing. And that's where I'm going now.
But Abner,
See you later, Mammy.
Abner, I'm...
Now, you wait right here for me, Sophia, and don't you go chomping on any of them yokenberries.
Well, howdy, Sam.
Why, howdy, Pansy Yoakum. Sure is nice to see your yokenberry tree blooming so high and happy.
Does pretty well every year, Sam, thank you.
Yes, and how is your sweet, gentle, and relentless little self?
Tolerable, Sam, tolerable. But I has to have a man-to-man talk with you.
Summit conference?
The summitist. Sit down, Sam. Tell me, Sam, what you got this year in a $2 wedding?
My $2 wedding? This year it is spectacular. First, I strips to the waist and wrestles the 4 biggest guests, male or female.
That's a nice warm beginning.
Then I tells 4 or 5 off-color stories guaranteed to embarrass man or beast. And as I ties my arms and legs to 4 infuriated mules...
Mammy, Mammy, look at this. Oh, hello, Mary and Sam.
Morning, Daisy, and how's your sweet and well-proportioned little self?
Miserable, Sam. Look what I just received, a wedding invite.
Well, what's so miserable about that?
It's an invite to my own wedding.
What?
Listen to this. Dear Madam, you was hereby cordially invited to attend the nuptials of your own sweet, well-put-together self and that ever-popular champion dirty wrestler of the world, namely me, Earthquake Magoon.
Earthquake Magoon?
Dinner, RSVP.
What's that mean?
When you has dinner with Earthquake Magoon, RSVP means only one thing. Roast skunk, very possible.
Mammy, I'm scared. I never said I'd nuptialize with a miserable ape like Earthquake Magoon.
Did I hear my name? Morning, ladies. Howdy, Sam. My, Daisy May, you looking special pretty this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Magoon.
Glad I ran into you, Sam. Tell me, what has you on a $4 wedding?
And just what, may I ask, would a rat varmint like you want with information about a $4 wedding?
Could be I'm fixing to get myself married, since just returning home with my newly acquired title, namely the world's dirtiest wrestler, I am particularly well-heeled.
Is you inferring you has money?
Lady, I is filthy with it.
Mister, you was filthy without it.
Naturally, I intend to wed a certain dog patch gal.
Magoon, you crazy or something?
You knows a man can't claim a gal for marriage down here less than she catches him herself on Sadie Hawkins' day.
If and you wants the answers, I suggest you perambulates on down to the Fogbow meeting, which is about to be held at Cornpone Square.
Cornpone Square? You mean this is going to be a cornpone meeting?
By direct request of my very good friend, the Honorable Senator Jack S. Fogbound.
Is Senator Fogbound coming here?
That's right. First time in 18 years.
This could be serious.
And we only has cornpone meetings for events of national importance.
Or a hideous change in the dog patch way of life.
They're gonna be a hideous change, all right. Come on, Sam. Now tell me about your $8 wedding.
Well, I don't crave your business, but I can't discriminate. Now, first I clips your toenails, gives you a quick shave and a sponge bath if and you needs it, and frankly, I'd say you needs it.
I like that for a beginning.
Looks bad, Daisy.
Oh, what is we gonna do?
I'll tell you what we's gonna do. You hightail it up to Polecat Creek and tell Abner and the rest of them no-good skunks to get over there to that meeting.
Right. But what if they'd rather not?
Well, you just tell them that I'd druther, they a druther. And when Pansy Yoakum says she a druther, they a druther.
Brother, they're druther.
If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than do any work at all. It ain't that I hates it, I often contemplates it while watching the raindrops fall. I sits there for hours, developing my powers, a figuring how flowers gets tall. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than do any work at all.
Abner? Oh, there you are. Abner? Abner, Mammy says you alls to come to the meeting.
Daisy May, you's out of bounds.
Abner,
You know Polecat Creek is off limits to love-starved females.
I know
And
that,
since
but-
you was both love-starved and female, I suggest you get out the way you got in.
Abner Yoakum, if and you don't get down to that meeting, Mammy gonna give you what for?
What for she gonna give me what for?
Because it's a big, important meeting. Big enough so that Earthquake Magoon's gone around bragging how he's gonna marry me and throw me a big fancy wedding with a roast skunk dinner.
That's just talk. He can't marry you unless you catches him first on Sadie Hawkins' day. And you don't run after nobody but me. You does it every year, you post soul.
This year it'd be so simple if and you just help me.
I mean, if you was ashamed, I could dig a big hole and you could fall in and pretend like you broke your leg. Or maybe I could shoot you in some unimportant place.
Daisy May, that is subversive talk, and I won't hear none of it.
Abner.
And neither will these boys. Now, you get on out of here.
But, Abner...
I said get.
But Mammy said...
Get, I have spoken.
All right, I'll just tell Mammy you ain't coming to the corn pone meeting.
Corn pone meeting? You didn't say it was a corn pone meeting. Did you hear that, fellas? A corn pone meeting. This must be a national emergency. We better get down there fast. This might call for some brains or something. Come on. Daisy, fetch me my worms.
Surely.
Bad dog meat. Time's a-wasting, so let's get on with the meat.
Yeah, man, lay down, lay down. Fellow citizens, I, my honor, Daniel D. Dogmeat, declares open this solemn jubilation tea corn pone meet.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure glad to hear
Who
that.
was jubilation tea corn pone?
Hush up. Hush up, I said. Now, wait a minute, Roof. Don't whomp that child. Come here, Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa, honey, it's high time you knew that our town was founded by that beloved man who's sitting up there on that beloved horse, Jubilation T. Corn Pone. The greatest fighting general and military strategist the Confederacy ever knew.
Was he brave?
Brave? Why, J.T. Corn Pone didn't know the meaning of the word fear. Terror, yes, but fear never. And all over the countryside, there's monuments commemorating the names of his famous battles.
Such as?
Corn Pone's disaster, Corn Pone's misjudgment, Corn Pone's catastrophe, and Corn Pone's humiliation. When we fought the Yankees and annihilation was near, who was there to lead the charge that took us safe to the rear? Why, it was Jubilation T. Corn Pone, old toot your own horn pone. Jubilation T. Corn Pone, a man who knew no fear.
Tell us more, Sam.
Yeah, tell us. What else did he do?
When we almost had him, but the issue still was in doubt. Who suggested the retreat that turned it into a rout? Why, it was
Jubilation Tea Corn Pone.
he wrecked old tattered and torn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, he kept us hiding out. With our ammunition gone and faced with utter defeat, who was it that burned the crops and left us nothing to eat? Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, old September morn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, the pants blown off his seat. Hooray! When it seemed like our brave boys might keep on fighting for months, who took pity on them and capitulated at once? Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, unshaven and shorn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, he weren't nobody's dunce. Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, unshaven and shorn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, he weren't nobody's dunce. History says that General Grant was pretty good with a jug, who drank drink for drink with him and wound up under the rug. Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, passed out until morn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, his whiskers in his mug. Hearing that a northern spy had come to town for a night, who gained entrance to her rooms and lost a glorious fight. Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, old weary and worn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, he fought all through the night. There at Appomattox, Lee and Grant were present, of course, as Lee swept a tear away, who swept the back of his horse. Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, good sword for Lord Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, a picture of remorse. Why, it was Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, completely outworn Pone. Jubilation Tea Corn Pone, he really saved the day.
All right, man, now get on to your agenda.
Yeah, let's do a little agendizing. All right, let's get back to the meeting. Now, the first thing on the agenda is...
Hold it a minute. Mayor Dogmeat, I got a question. I want to know is how come we having a corn pone meeting?
Abner, my boy, the answer to that is coming up the road right now.
Hello, everybody! Hello! Glad to see you. Well, now, say hello. Hello, yes. Earthquake, how are you, my boy?
Howdy, Senator.
Abner, get back here.
Daisy May.
Hey, my fellow citizens of Dog Patch, our distinguished senator, the Honorable Jackass Fogbound.
Mayor Dogmeat and my beloved constituents of Dog Patch, I could stand here and bask in the sunshine of your warm greeting forever.
Bask on your own time, Fogbound.
Yeah, get to the point. Get to the point. Now, I bet you all wonder what I've been doing down in Washington these last 18 years.
We didn't care just so long as you was there and we was here.
Why? Senator, tell them what you done for us down there in Washington.
I done got the United States Senate to pass the Jackass Fogbound bill.
There's no jackass like our jackass.
Through my efforts, little old Dog Patch, obscure, unknown, poverty-stricken Dog Patch is going to be world famous.
And just what for is we going to be famous for? What for?
You is going to save the lifeblood of a vigorous, thriving American industry. That's what for.
And what industry is that, Senator?
My boy, a glorious young industry devoted solely to the stimulation and relaxation so necessary for the American businessman. An industry known as Las Vegas.
Las Vegas? Ain't that where they do all that gambling?
Yes, sir, Daisy May. And right there's their problem. You see, in the desert nearby, the governments are shooting off certain nuclear weapons of war.
Atom bombs.
Atom bombs? That's right. And the atomic dust of them bombs is a-floating down and a-settling in them Las Vegas swimming pools and on them beautiful green felt crap-shooting tables. Well, that's a shame. That green felt is a-turning so brown, you can't tell no more whether your money is playing the field or coming the hard way.
Well, I object.
And the colors is fading on them slot machines?
No.
Oh, yes, they is. Why, you can't tell them all whether you got 2 cherries or 3 plums, 3 bells or 2 oranges. And when you hits the jackpot, you don't dare touch your money, because it might be radioactive. Does you think your government up there in Washington is going to stand by and let a tragedy like this happen to an American industry to whom so many have given so much for so little? No! No, my friends. And that is why the Jackass Fogbound Committee has been chosen.
To find a new place to test them atom bombs and guided missiles?
Yes, sir. Some place we can blow off the face of the earth. Some spot that ain't never going to be missed. In fact, the most unnecessary place in the whole USA.
Well, I'll be dogged. How about that?
And I now has the honor and the privilege of announcing that after a 4-year government survey of all the no good, no account, or unnecessary places in this whole country, you has been selected as the most unnecessary of all. Now pay attention, you lovable citizens. You all is going to be moved out of here by order of the United States government. And here's the fine government scientist who will supervise your evacuation. Citizens, meet Dr. Rasmussen T. Finsdale.
Friends, we intend to move you from Dog Patch to a necessary place in our society. Now, the first detonation will be on Wednesday, but the evacuation will start immediately, so good luck and thank you.
And so, my dear constituents, as I bid you farewell, I beg you, don't let me down. Just remember, your government is spending $1 million on one bomb just to blow your homes off the face of the earth.
So show your appreciation.
Don't that take the rag off of the bull? Don't that take the tassel off of the pole?
Of all the very ordinary, most unloved, unnecessary places on this earth, they settle on yours. They settle on yours. As sure as you're born. They settle on yours.
Citizens, wash out your ears and listen close. I want to add to this glorifying occasion by making a history-creating, romantic announcement. I hereby claims as my bride in marriage none other than that attractive little crowd pleaser, the ever-popular Miss Daisy May.
Holy mackerel.
How dare you? Abner, give him what for?
I'll bust his head wide open.
Just a minute. I does a head busting for this family. Magoon, you crazy. You know you can't claim no gal down here unless she catches you on Sadie Hawkins' day.
You hear the man? He say they gonna drop the bomb on Wednesday. Well, Sadie Hawkins' day ain't till Friday, so there can't be no more Sadie Hawkins' day.
No more Sadie Hawkins' day? What is we gonna do? Mammy, what is we gonna do?
Think fast, Mammy. My income depends on the outcome.
Don't worry, Sam.
Quiet, everybody. Since we ain't gonna have no more Sadie Hawkins' day, we automatically goes back to the code of the hill.
Whereby, if a male desires marriage with a female of the opposite sex, he can claim his beloved if he gets approval of her next of kin. Right, Mad Dog Meat?
That's the law.
Therefore, I claims in marriage the aforementioned lusciously desirable, delicious, delectable, palpitating, enticing young morsel.
Is that a female or...
Much obliged.
there isn't any other claimers, I's the war.
Wait.
Daisy.
Also claims the ever popular lady in question.
You done what?
I claims Daisy May.
For the purposes of marriage?
Well, whatever he's claiming her for, I'm claiming her for.
Abner, does you really mean it?
Sure, I means it.
Oh, Abner, dear.
Ow! All right, we has two claimers. Now, under the aforesaid code of the hills, whereas there's two claimers, the choice must be decided on by Daisy May's next of kin.
Been decided? What? She already been promised to me by my good friend and Daisy May's closest next of kin, the ever-sensible Romeo Scraggs.
Romeo Scraggs? That's me, big and brassy, fat and sassy, fit as a fiddle and ready for love.
Romeo Scraggs, you claims you Daisy May's kith and kin?
I is, and that's the whole trouble.
Trouble?
I'd like to kiss her, but I don't think I can.
Why now? Now, Daisy May, is Romeo Scraggs your kinfolk or ain't he?
Well, yes, but they from a disgusting side of the family we never socializes with, excepting for weddings and hangings, mostly theirs.
Ain't no use you fighting it, honey child. You're pure Scragg from the top of your scraggy head to the bottom of your scraggy toes, and that's a method Scragg.
But we don't consider ourselves...
Once a Scragg, always a Scragg.
Quiet, quiet. Now, Romeo Scraggs, is it true that you gave Daisy May to Earthquake Magoon?
Correct.
How could you make such a miserable decision?
Because Earthquake here, he's a fine man. He's a good man. He put love in his heart. He put faith in his country. And he just put $4 in my back pocket. Bless you, my children. That'll be $4 more. You let me at him. Let me at him. Oh, didn't I shoot you last week?
Did you hear what he said to me?
Quiet, everybody. Now, let's get on with the plans for the evacuation.
Just a minute. I has something to say. Now, I has been promised Earthquake Magoon to have and to hold.
I know some great holes.
Doggone!
And I'll go through with the nuptials fair and square, 'cause we lives by the code of the hills, which I loves and respects. But first I want to ask a question. Is there a government man here?
Excuse me. Yes, miss? What is it?
Well, you're going to bomb our town 'cause you couldn't find nothing about it necessary, right?
Correct?
Suppose we did find something necessary. What then?
Well, we'd hardly bomb any community which made a necessary contribution to society.
You all hear that? Now, I say let's go spread out and find something necessary.
She's right. We gotta save our Sadie Hawkins Day, gals. We gotta protect the rights of womanhood.
You can't stop your fellow citizens. They want to get up and get out of here. These fine young maidens got a right to get out of this miserable pest hole and go see the outside world.
Yeah, Mammy, we wants to get cityfied.
Culturized.
Modernized. We wants to broaden our horizons.
So you does you? Well, let me tell you something. Your horizons are broad enough already. Especially yours. You gals got any idea what they got waiting for you out there? The horrible, miserable customs.
Like what?
Like a before marriage custom called engagement.
Engagement? What's that?
That's the time that elapses between when the gal says, sure do, and the preacher says, go to.
Oh. How long that engagement thing last?
Sometimes a whole month.
A whole month? What are they, insecure?
Yes, my good friends, you're gonna have to do all kinds of horrible things out there. Gonna have to take baths,
No.
comb your hair, clean your nails, and worst of all, you're gonna have to go to work. That's terrible. Is we gonna stand for this injustice?
No.
Is we gonna take this line down? Then what's we gonna do? I'll tell you what we's gonna do. We're gonna turn this whole town upside down until someplace, somewhere, someone finds something necessary.
Daisy.
Abner, let's stop and talk for a while.
This ain't no time to do any talking.
But, Abner, don't you realize what you just done? You finally asked me to marry you.
Yeah, I know.
Why did you do it?
Well, I don't know. I just did, that's all.
But why?
Well, there you was, your usual sweet self. And there was old Earthquake, a-panting, a-puffing, a-wheezing, and a-snorting at you. And I'm gonna let no one like Magoon puff, pant, wheeze, and snort at you, you post soul, so I just ups and done it, that's all.
Does that mean you aims to let me catch you if we has Sadie Hawkins Day?
I reckon so.
Oh, Abner, what took you so long?
Well, I don't know, Daisy. Some years I wanted you to catch me awful bad, but I just couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't, but I couldn't.
There must have been a reason.
But what was it? Take last year's race, for instance. There I was, loping along with my usual burst of brilliant speed, and I turned around, seeing you sweet and pretty, reaching out your hand to grab me for life. And suddenly a voice inside of me hollered, "Abner, boy, take off!" And I took.
Oh, but that's all behind us now.
You really reckon?
And life's gonna be full of so many wonderful things. Things you've been deserving for such a long, long time.
Namely what?
You deserves a gal who's willing, namely me. One who'd love to have your chillin', namely me. Standing there in the doorway waiting at the close of day, with you all the way to love, honor, and obey. You deserves 2 arms to hold you, namely mine, there to comfort and enfold you, rain or shine. I deserve someone strong and handsome, bashful and shy and true. And I know just the one who'll do, namely you.
You deserve someone good-looking, namely me. Someone who as yet ain't tooken, namely me. That is how I'll remain unless you get me, shall we say, in the family way. Come next Sadie Hawkins Day. You craves arms to make you tingle, namely mine. To a bachelor who's single, that sounds fine. Comes the day I no longer bachelor, naturally I'll be true. And who could I be true as to? Namely, you.
Abner! Don't stand there mooning and spooning. Come on, we gotta get down and help save the town. I'm sorry, it just won't do. There's nothing indispensable about any of this.
Here's something necessary.
Yeah, what about this, Mr. Government Man? No, there's absolutely nothing necessary about a cigar store Indian or a set of his and her spittoons or any of this trash. Is there anyone else? Here it is. What is it? A 1925 Sears Roebuck catalog. Special dog patch edition. But there's no printing in it. The pages are all blank.
Well, we didn't have any money that year, so they sent it out blank. Just to keep up the goodwill.
Well, it's interesting, my good man, but hardly a necessity.
Might be if you lived in Dog Patch.
No, I've had enough. This is an order. Every one of you pack your things. Government truck.
Got it. I's got it. You can stop your fretting and your fussing, 'cause I's really got it. The most necessary innovation in modern times.
Oh, quickly, what is it?
Here, put these on. Cover up, young feller. Stupefying Jones.
What does it do?
It's a deadly weapon. Guaranteed to stupefy any human male dead in his tracks. Here, I'll demonstrate. Hey, Itchy McRabbit.
Yeah?
Come on over here. All right, honey. 5, 4, 3, 2, blast off. Stupefied. Unstupefied.
What you want?
Nothing.
All right.
Well?
It's fascinating. But of what utility?
Why, she'd be invaluable to music lovers. She could make Elvis Presley stand still.
But I like him the way he is. Now then, enough of this nonsense.
I got it, I really got it. If you're looking for something necessary to the whole country, look no more, cause I has it right here in this little bottle. My own special yokenberry tonic.
Yokenberry tonic?
Yep, I whops it out of the berries of my yokenberry tree.
Mm-hmm. Madam, I never heard of a yokenberry tree.
Well, you wouldn't. There's only one of them in the whole world.
Mm-hmm. That's right, and it's right in their front yard.
That's the truth.
Man ain't interested in your phony old tonic.
Phony? My boy Abner takes it, and just look at those muscles.
Yeah, just look at those muscles.
And look at that smile.
Wall-to-wall teeth.
I'm sorry, madam. We already have more tonics and bodybuilders than we can use.
Appears to me your body can still do with a little more building.
Now that's enough. The evacuation will proceed immediately.
Meaning there's just nothing about us that's necessary?
I'm afraid not. And I should think you'd be delighted at a chance to get out of a place like this.
You don't rightly understand, mister. It may not look like much to you, but this here's our land, our soil.
Where we was raised.
Where our kinfolk was born and hung.
Where our ancestors took their bare hands and built all of this out of the wilderness.
Our beautiful skunk works.
West Pork Chop Railroad.
That beautiful intersection of Hog Fat Boulevard and Sheep Dip Drive.
Where we was planning to build our new hotel, the Dog Patch Hilton.
Not to mention Conpone Square.
Come on, Mammy. Happy?
If you looking for something really necessary, we got 'em.
Now what?
Kickapoo Joy Juice. Heap big firewater.
Cheap rot gut ain't fit for human consumption.
Now, wait. Can it be produced inexpensively?
Mister, if you pays more than a nickel a quart, you're violating the fair trade laws.
Well, there we are. An alcoholic beverage that could be sold to the American public for only 5 cents a quart. Perhaps I'd better taste it.
No need to bother, Doctor. I'd be glad to take a little taste for you.
Oh, very well, if you'd like.
Water! Why bother with just plain water? Why not take something guaranteed to build you up? Like some yokenberry tonic.
Holy mackerel, it sure is.
What was in that bottle?
Just some of my own special bodybuilding tonic.
Has anyone ever taken this before?
No one in the whole world except my boy Abner.
And you say this tonic is made from a tree that grows only in your front yard?
That's right, and it belongs to my boy Abner.
Dr. Finsdale, this is a matter for top echelon security.
Right. Yoakum, you'll have to come to Washington immediately.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now hear this, all of you. This Yoakum berry tonic seems to have miracle-like properties, which could well alter our plan for the evacuation of Dog Patch. However, this drug will need exhaustive tests on human guinea pigs. And since you will be most affected by its outcome, I'm asking, are there any volunteers among you?
Hey, you got one right here. If he gonna come out looking anything like Abner, you got yourself one guinea pig.
If that stuff will make something like that out of something like this, you got him.
I'd be happy if mine had a pair of shoulders like that.
I'd be happy if mine had one shoulder like that. Take him. Take him off.
Marion, Sam.
What is it, child?
Go along with him, Sam. Take care, little Abner.
Be my pleasure, honey.
Gentlemen, you'll find an army truck waiting just down the road. Come along.
Hold on, wait a minute. Mr. Scientist, does this mean we're going to be necessary after all?
My dear young lady, if these tests fulfill their promise, Dogpatch will not only become necessary, it will become absolutely indispensable.
The world was shaken to its roots today by a White House announcement that a Dogpatch lad named Abner Yoakum has discovered a miracle drug which may revolutionize mankind.
Возгрозня зебратный Abner Yoakum, Porzna Vazdranka Dogpatch, Azgoi Prazmorska Yoakumberry miracle drug, Koza Prosmolya, we got it first.
Bulletin, the White House, Washington, D.C. Abner Yoakum has just told the president that if the Yoakumberry tests are successful, he will give all rights of his fabulous drug to the government itself. Private industry is up in arms.
Fog-bound you idiot. Fog-bound you bumbling nincompoop. Didn't you tell Yoakum of my offer of $1 million for the rights to manufacture that drug?
I did, General Bull Moose, but he says he's only interested in what's good for the USA.
What's good for General Bull Moose is what's good for the USA. And by Dow Jones and all their little averages, don't you forget it. Right, boys?
Right. 3 rousing rahs, a few huzzas, and a hip, 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 hooray. What's good for General Bull Moose is good for the USA.
Fog-bound, I want the manufacturing rights to that drug. And by E.R. Squibb and Sons, I don't care how I get it. What's this nonsense about us wanting to give it away?
That's right. He's going to give it to the government.
Didn't you tell him I can make him a better deal than the government? I have more money and fewer dependents.
But my dear General Bull Moose...
Don't you dear General Bull Moose me, you bumbling, incompetent hillbilly cretin. You realize what you've done? If I owned that tonic, I could make all the money in the world. And I need it. Ever since I was a little child, I had a dream. A simple child's dream. And all that simple child ever wanted was to get his hands on all the money in the world before the greatest broker of them all called him to that big stock market in the sky. And you imbecile, you shattered a little child's dream.
Bullseye! Bullseye, sweet. Lower your voice. You know what the doctor said. You mustn't get so excited. You'll lower your blood sugar.
I don't have blood sugar anymore. I sold it to my Cuban interests.
Oh, Bullseye.
Appassionata, you should have been here an hour ago. Why are you so late?
I had to make up.
Your face?
No, with the chauffeur. We had a little fight.
Oh. Remind me to fire that chauffeur. Now, Appassionata, that Yoakum yokel is coming here today. He wants to give his drug to the government, and we've got to make him a better proposition. Now, let's see. What could we possibly offer him that he couldn't get from the government? Make sure I fire that chauffeur. Now, Appassionata, listen carefully. You've got to do everything you can to help. If this bumpkin gives his drug to the government, he threatens the whole free enterprise system.
What's in it for me?
This could destroy capitalism.
What's in it for me?
You've got to think of yourself as a super patriot doing a super patriotic duty.
What's in it for me?
$1 million.
Call me Betsy Ross.
Mr. Yoakum to see you, sir.
Send him in, send him in. Keep your motor running, Appassionata. I may need you.
Come in, please. Just Mr. Yoakum.
Much obliged.
Well, well, well. My boy, my dear boy. I'm General Bull Moose, son.
Howdy, General.
You know the senator.
Oh, sure.
And this is Miss Appassionata von Climax, my executive secretary.
Howdy, ma'am. Executive secretary? What does that mean, Ioana?
Well, she works here. She gets a salary. And she kind of lives in my house.
Oh. Does that mean you gets bed and board, ma'am?
Extremely.
Mighty pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Well, I'm mighty pleased to meet you, too, Mr. Yoakum.
Mighty pretty fur, ma'am. Did you shoot it?
No, I kind of trapped it.
Did you use any special bait?
Just inhaling and
exhaling.
Yes, she's a very healthy girl. Yoakum, my boy, it's time you and I had a little business talk. Now, I'm offering you $1 million in cash for the rights to your drug.
But I already told the president.
President? What president?
President of the United States.
Oh, that president. Yoakum, I don't think you comprehend what this elixir of yours can do.
It stopped him from bombing my hometown, and that's all I cares about.
Idealistic nonsense. Yoakum, I have access to top-secret government reports, and so far the tests show this drug of yours exceeds the most fantastic discoveries of science.
Is that good?
Good. Why, it'll give every male a perfect physique. Makes fat men thin, thin men fat. Removes hair from where you don't want it. Puts it where it counts the most. Broadens your shoulders, narrows your hips. Builds up your corpuscles, lowers your blood pressure. Wakes you up in the morning, puts you to sleep at night. It softens your beard, toughens your skin, and what is more, it cleans your teeth and leaves your breath alone.
Sure got good manners, don't it?
Yoakum, say the word and we're ready to go into production. We'll bottle it. We'll name it after you.
Me?
We'll call it, Yoka-Cola.
Yoka-Cola.
Son, we'll make billions. And for a starter, here's my check for $1 million.
Well, thanks, General. But if you don't mind, as a 100% red-blooded American, I'd rather give it to the United States government.
Government?
Yes, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta catch my bus home. They're running Sadie Hawkins Day tomorrow, and this year I just can't miss it. I guess you knows why, Mr. Senator. Well, bye, Mr. General. Miss Executive, Senator.
But, my boy, you can't walk out on $1 million.
Why not?
Well, because well, it just isn't thrifty.
Well, maybe so, General, but I've always been kind of sporty with money. Bye, y'all.
Oh, Mr. Yoakum.
Yes, ma'am?
I do wish you'd stay.
Well, I have to catch a bus.
I'm sure you'd find it amusing.
Well, it's...
I could show you around the city, or maybe we could even go to the country and do a little hunting.
Well, I have Sadie Hawk. Could we hunt skunk?
You do your skunk hunting in Dog Patch.
Howdy do, ma'am.
Oh, General, you better fire that chauffeur.
Well, I'm not through. Not yet.
Is the men, and marries whomsoever they catches.
Can an outsider enter?
Sure can.
Then we got him. We go to Dog Patch. Passionata enters the Sadie Hawkins Day race. She runs the race. She catches Abner Yoakum. She marries Abner Yoakum. And by community property, she owns half of everything he owns, specifically Yoakumberry tonic. Then, if some unfortunate accident should befall the poor fool, you, his young widow, would be the sole possessor of the entire drug.
But, Bullseye, what if I don't catch him? I never run anymore.
You'll run this time, or you'll be back wiping windshields at the 5-minute car wash.
But, Bullseye!
Don't bullseye me. Pack your things, Appassionata. We're heading south. We'll show these hillbillies what's what. Right, boys?
Right. He makes the rules and he intends to keep it that way. What's good for General Bull Moose is good for the USA.
He finished up, I keep he done it. He went to Washington to win a fight and won it. Little Abner's seen his duty and he's done it and he's necessary now.
Abner Yoakum, we want you to know that we are all very proud of you. And we also want to thank you for saving our town.
Weren't hardly nothing.
Hey, how's our guinea pig husbands doing up there in Washington?
Just fine. They're all turned into handsome, good-looking men.
Good looking as you, Abner?
Pretty close.
Well, tell us about Washington, son. Is it run by a bunch of crooks?
No, sir, Pappy. And Washington's a right pretty town, where everything's made out of big old white marble and you can't hardly spit without you hitting a national shrine. Right, Sam?
I ought to know, because I let go of chaw tobacco in a strong wind. It ricocheted around the Washington Monument, flew past old Abe Lincoln, and come to rest on Jefferson's dome.
Thank heaven it didn't hit none of the Confederacy.
Sam got a $5 fine. They got law up there that says you can't deface a national shrine.
Son, tell us about the government.
We don't like stoners cement,
but we is in agreement.
When we gets down to talking politics, the country's in the very best of hands, the best of hands.
Treasury says the national debt is climbing to the sky.
And government expenditures have never been so high.
It makes a fella get a gleam of pride within his eye to see how our economy expands. The country's in the very best of hands. The country's in the very best of hands. The best of hands. The best of hands. The farm bill should be 89% of parity.
Another fella recommends it should be 93.
But 95%, who cares about degree? It's parity that no one understands. The country's in the very best of hands. Us voters is connected to the nominee. The nominee's connected to the Treasury. When he ain't connected to the Treasury, he sits around in his thigh bones. They sits around in this place they got, this big congressional parking lot. Just sits around in there, you know what? Up there they calls in their thigh bones. Them bones gonna rise again, gonna exercise the franchise again, gonna tax us up to our eyes again. When it gets them off in their thigh bones. The country's in the very best of hands. The best of hands. The best of hands. Them GOPs and Democrats each hates the other one.
They's always criticizing how the country should be run.
But neither tells the public what the other's gone and done. As long as no one knows where no one stands. The country's in the very best of hands. The money that they taxes us, that's known as revenues.
They compounds the collateral, subtracts the residues.
Don't worry about the principal and interest that accrues. They're shipping all that stuff to foreign lands. The country's in the very best of hands.
Abner, we're very happy to have you back for Sadie Hawkins Day. Now, I'd like to remind all the rest of you folks, the race starts at 2 o'clock. So if you got any readying up to do, you better get to doing it.
Ladies, get your Sadie Hawkins Day specials. Right chair, ropes, bear traps, running shoes. Forward, get your cotton-picking hands off the back. Ladies, get your Sadie Hawkins Day specials.
Mammy, how come Daisy didn't come down to meet me?
Maybe she don't want no part of you, son. Then again, maybe she does.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi, Abner. Welcome home.
I sure missed you, Daisy.
Sure missed you too, Abner.
I'm sure glad I got back in time for the race this afternoon.
Sure you still want to go through with it, Abner?
Well, show 'em. Show.
Well, as you figured out how I'm gonna catch you, I mean, so it won't be too embarrassing to your masculine pride, and then so we both knows what we's doing?
Well, not exactly.
I has.
You has?
Yes, I has. Now just close your attractive eyes and see if you can't visualize it. There he is at the starting line. The mayor shoots off his gun and you takes off with your usual burst of brilliant speed.
Naturally.
I hightails it right after you.
I sees it.
You heads out for Repulsive Rock.
I got you.
Now I takes a shortcut over Hogfat Boulevard.
I likes it.
You sees me coming, so you ducks down through Sowbelly Lane.
I ducks.
Now I'm gaining on you and we's heading for the promised land.
Goose Grease Gulch.
Right.
I sees it now. As my feet start slipping and sliding on them goose feathers, you start skaining. You're only a couple feet behind. You reaches out your hand. You spread your fingers to grab me.
I'm grabbing.
And then, I'm sorry, Daisy.
What happened?
I puts on a brilliant burst of speed and dashes out of sight.
You mean you still ain't gonna let me catch you?
Well, I don't know, Daisy. I sure intended to, but now I just don't know.
Abner Yoakum?
But I knows this much. I'm gonna get in that race this afternoon, and I'm gonna do my darndest to let you catch me. And I want you to know that no matter what happens, I wishes you the best of luck. Because if anybody deserves me, you do.
What you got there available? I want one of them back.
Baseball bat, bat, running shoes. That's it. Buy now, pay now.
Get me a bear trap.
I'll give you your change next week.
Available? Oh, available?
Well, howdy, Daisy May. What is on your scintillating and well-built little mind?
Available. I was just wondering if you could fix the... arrange to make the Sadie Hawkins Day race come out right.
So that you catches Lil Abner.
Naturally.
Daisy May Scragg, does you realize what you're asking? That I betray my neighbor, sell out my fellow man. Now, what is there in this whole world makes you think that I could sink to such slimy depths of moral depravity and human degradation?
50 cents.
Could you make that $1?
Maybe could.
You has a deal. Abner will be stopped in that race today by the only diabolical device in creation fully guaranteed to freeze a fear-crazed bachelor in full flight.
Namely?
Stupefying Jones. Deal?
Deal.
All right, dearie. Shake. Not you, her.
Remember, I'm depending on you.
Your money's in the best of hands. Move it along, honey.
There's our man now. Howdy, available?
Howdy, Senator.
Available? Is you available?
Ours all is available.
Come right on over here and meet the Honorable General Bull Moose.
Well, welcome to Dog Patch General. I'd say, what's your pleasure, sir, but I see you done brought it.
We've got to stop Abner Yoakum dead in his tracks this afternoon so that a posse like.
Picture the warm friendliness of a rattlesnake. Picture 5'4" of menacing manhood. Picture a hat covering a face of sinister rapacity. Picture 2 eyes peering out with supernatural powers and malevolent intent.
Someone call me.
Sashay on over here and meet the general.
Evil Eye Flegel at your service.
You actually paralyzed with your eyes?
It is known in paralyzing circles as Flegel's famous, fabulous fracturizing wham.
Can you put that whammy in Abner Yoakum long enough for Miss Von Climax to catch him?
Naturally. Get the picture. Sadie Hawkins Day begins. The gun goes off. Bachelor's running, maidens pursuing. Yoakum comes dashing by. I jumps up and down, rotates my eyeballs, rears back, and lets fly a triple whammy, which hits the fleeing Yoakum smack in the back.
And then?
His bone marrow freezes. His pancreas petrifies. All his red corpuscles, white corpuscles suddenly stand stock still and stupidly stare at each other. Whereupon who dashes up and claims the body but this superbly stacked young lady.
Is he dead?
With Yoakum, you can't always tell.
Well, you guarantee he'll thaw out?
Absolutely.
Flegel, you deliver Yoakum, and you've got a job with me for life.
At your service.
I've got confidence in that little fella. He's the same color as money.
Holy mackerel, Mayor. That's fine. All right, you miserable, fear-crazed bachelors. When I shoots off this gun, you will disperse backside over tea kettle in all directions. When I shoots this gun off the second time, this bevy of love-starved, Valentine-believing maidens will take after you. Now, there are no rules. Remember, everything goes. Bachelors ready? Yeah. Maidens ready? Yeah. Sadie Hawkins Day is officially... not yet. Get back in your position, boy. All right, then. Sadie Hawkins Day is officially begun. Oh!
Washington, D.C. While the world continues to await the final outcome of the tests of the miraculous Yoakum tonic, the hearts of America have gone out to Abner Yoakum and Appassionata von Climax in what is to be truly the marriage of the century. This spectacular event will take place at the estate of General Bulmus on Tuesday next.
Daisy?
Oh, hello, Sam.
I knows how you feels, Daisy. I misses him, too.
It ain't just missing him, Sam. All day I's had this cold, shuddery kind of feeling. I just knows little Abner's in some kind of real mortal danger.
What makes you so sure?
I always gets this terrible feeling when Abner's in trouble. It's a clutching, grabbing feeling right in here. You know what I mean, Sam?
Course I do, honey.
But when I gets that feeling, it's either a mighty gas, the approach of a creditor, or I button the wrong button on my drawers.
Oh, I'm so miserable, Sam.
Well, if you really feels that Abner's in mortal trouble, go see Mammy and have her conjure up one of her visions. You know she's got the mystical power to see if her boy's in trouble.
I did ask Mammy to conjure. She's up at the cabin right now making the preparations. But I don't know whether she can conjure all the way up to Washington.
Oh, don't you worry about Mammy. She'll conjure all right. Wait a minute. Where you all going?
We leave for Washington to pick up our newly beautified husband. Yeah, the government said it was okay.
Oh, wait, and what you all carrying there?
We just bought these from Available Jones. It's a special happiness guarantee on your second honeymoon do-it-yourself kit.
Well, let's see. What's in them?
A black lace nightie, some sweet-smelling perfume, and that new romantic album, Music to Scratch Your Back by.
That ought to do the job.
Moonbeam, when you get up to Washington, would you tell little Abner hello for me if you sees him, please?
I sure will, Daisy. Well, we better get on down to the station or we'll miss our train. Yeah, I think so. Bye, Sam. Bye, Daisy.
Bye. Bye now.
I could just cry. Everybody's so in love.
Now, everything's going to be just fine for you.
No, Sam, how could it be? Well, who'd want to marry me now? I've waited around so long, I'm plumb wasted away.
That may be, honey. But what you got left over is more than what most folks starts out with.
No, Sam. I looked in the mirror this morning, and there's no doubt about it. My good years is gone.
I guess you're right. After all, you is pushing 18.
I'm past my prime,
What a shame.
and I'm losing time.
Guess the old clock's run down.
17 last spring.
My, what a wasted life.
Still without a ring.
Would you become my wife?
I'm past my peak.
Use an early antique.
Look at this physique.
Just hear the old bones creak.
Where there was a glow.
Ain't there a glow no more?
Now the wrinkles show.
Where art thou, Romeo?
Who'd think of marrying an octogenarian, an 87-year-old hag? When you's in this position, you lose your disposition. All the time it's nag, nag, nag. Life's like a song,
And the happiest thing
when you're young and strong.
most every day is spring.
But it's just a crime.
You can't get off the dime
when you're past your prime.
You's past your prime.
Getting grumpy and gray.
You's on overtime.
Ain't making take-home pay.
Every sun that sets
All through the day our frets
brings you more regrets.
and larger silhouettes.
You's climbed the heights
I is over the hill.
of romantic
My
nights.
hand has lost its skill.
Comes the cruel dawn.
I's feeling pale and drawn.
Lover boy has gone.
Doggone. I ask you who's elated when you's Methuselah'd like a mummy underground. When you is antiquated, boys ain't antiquated. They prefers you in the round. Life's just like pie
Huckleberry all peach.
when you're young and spry.
Heaven's within your reach.
But it's just a
How
crime
can it be sublime
when you're past your prime. When you're past your prime. When you're past your prime.
Oh, evil spirits of the netherworld. Oh, high fidelity sights and sounds of the supernatural. Ah, Pansy Oakham craves your indulgence while I conjures up a vision of my boy in Washington, D.C. Beaks of owls and reptiles, gizzards, claws of bats and tongues of lizards, eels and snakes and other vipers, also bugs on windshield wipers, cauldron hiss and cauldron bubble. Tell me if my boy's in trouble.
Hello?
Oh, hello, General. This is Dr. Schleifert speaking.
Yes, Doctor. Disastrous news, General. For international reasons, the government has ordered that the Yokumari tests be completed by tomorrow midnight.
Tomorrow midnight?
Yes, sir.
That means I've got to move fast. Stay where you are, Doctor. You'll hear from me. How do you like that? They've moved up the deadline on those tests to tomorrow midnight.
No!
That means that Yokum will be giving his drug to the government before he's married to Appassionata.
I'll be dogged.
Well, by Simmons' mattress and all his springs, I'm not taking this lying down.
What'll you do, Woolsey?
If I can't get the rights to Yokumberry tonic, I'll at least get Yokum to tell me the secret formula so I can make the stuff myself. And there's only one man for the job. Press my evil eye Flegel button.
You sent for me, boss?
Now, Flegel, I only have until midnight tomorrow to get a secret formula out of Yokum. Now, have you got a whammy that can make a man tell the absolute truth?
Naturally. It's known as Flegel's famous non-prevaricating, veracitizing truth whammy.
Good.
Now, what would you like on that whammy? The truth, the whole truth, a half-truth, or a little of each?
You mean you got a whammy that'll make a man tell half the truth?
Certainly. Among used car dealers, it's one of my biggest items.
But, Woolsey, what happens to Yokum after you get the formula?
We proceed with Flegel's original plan.
Right. I gives him my suicidal sports car whammy. He jumps into some handy convertible and drives himself up the nearest cliff.
Capital. Veracitize him at once.
Okay, who gets him loaded?
Loaded?
This truth whammy only works when a victim is gassed, pickled, under the influence of alcohol.
But, Woolsey, you know Abner doesn't drink.
Why not?
He says he's 100% red-blooded American, and no 100% red-blooded American drinks, smokes, tells naughty jokes, necks, pets, or smooches.
Then who gave this country a population of 160 million?
Some oversexed subversives.
Say.
Sweet baby boy.
Mammy, what is it? What did you see?
Oh, you was right, child. You was right. He is in terrible mortal danger. They means to kill him.
Who does?
General Bull Moose. I seen the whole miserable plan. They means to nuptialize him, veracitize him, suicize him.
Suicize
We
him?
gotta do something.
We gotta act fast.
We gotta get up to Washington.
Daisy, I desires words with you.
This sharp earthquake.
I loves you, gal.
Not now, earthquake. There must be some way we can get help.
How we ever gonna defeat a strong force like General Bull Moose? We don't have any power.
That's right. Nobody's strong enough to... Earthquake. Little Abner's in terrible trouble up to Washington. Maybe get killed if we don't help him.
Yeah, that's a crying shame. Now, Daisy, honey, if you marry me, I'll do anything
All
for
right,
you.
Earthquake, I will.
You will?
Daisy!
What you saying?
On one condition.
What's that?
That you comes up to Washington and you uses your brute strength to help save little Abner's life.
And if and I does, you solemn promises to give yourself to me?
Our solemn promises to give myself to you,
Body and soul?
body and soul.
One at a time or both together?
You takes your pick.
Lady, you just got yourself a passport to ecstasy.
Not now, Earthquake. We ain't got time.
We're gonna need help. You get those ornery scrags and anybody else that can scrap and tell them to bring their socializing clothes.
As soup and fish?
That's right, because we's heading for high society country. And when we gets there ain't gonna be anybody soupier or fishier than we is.
Come on, Manny.
Abner?
Huh? Daisy, what you doing here?
I sneaked in, Abner. I had to come to warn you to run away for your life.
What are you talking about?
You're in terrible mortal danger. You dasn't marry Miss Appassionata.
Daisy, how can you say such a terrible thing? You knows we lives by the coat of the hills, and she won me fair and square.
But, Abner...
Besides, Miss Appassionata's been planning to marry me, and I ain't about to break no more hearts than already has.
But they's aiming to kill you.
Who is?
That General Bull Moose and your precious intended.
Daisy, how can you say such a terrible thing?
It's true. They aims to nuptialize you, veracitize you, and suicize you.
Daisy, I'm starting to get angry. You's making this up out of your head because you're a poor guy who's still miserably in love with me. For which I can't blame you, because I could see how it could happen.
Abner Yoakum, you run for your life.
Daisy, you go on home and forget all about me.
No, Abner.
Get out of here. That's an order.
No, Abner.
Get. I have spoken.
There'll be bloodshed.
How about that?
Now, all of you, out!
Don't hurt them. They're my kinfolk. Mammy and Pappy, you shouldn't ought to done this. After all, I give 'em a word.
Start moving.
Earthquake, do something.
That's right, Earthquake, do something. Do something like you promised. You and your big mouth back in Dogpatch.
Now, all of you out.
Just a minute, everybody. Wait up. General Bull Moose, sir. We sorry we caused this disturbance, but we was under the impression you aimed to harm our good friend Abner, who we loves and adores.
Preposterous.
But we was wrong, so we'll go in quiet like.
Why, you miserable double-crossing.
Snake in the grass.
Earthquake, you's a gentleman.
Thank you, Abner. But I'd sure like us all to part friends. So I'm asking you, Brother Bull Moose, to let us all join you in drinking a toast to Abner, the future Mrs. Yoakum.
You no good, miserable.
Well, I'm not one to harbor a grudge. Waiter, champagne.
I told you he was real friendly-like.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a toast to the lovely young bride-to-be. May the flower of her sweet innocence burst into blossom and bring joy to this fine young man. I give you that sterling example of red-blooded American manhood, Abner Yoakum.
There you is, a shade truth ramified, Mr. Boom Boos.
Earthquake, you lovable rat, we got him.
Now he's got to tell the truth.
Mr. Policeman, just you listen. Finagling crook. First being...
Put a suicidal whammy on the gullible yokum.
Whereupon a poor fool would...
Jump into my fastest sports car.
And subsequently...
Drive himself over the nearest cliff.
Making it appear like...
Accidental death.
When for real and true it was...
Cold-blooded, premeditated murder.
There you has it, a confessed murderer. Take him away.
But Halsey! Halsey!
Attention, everyone. All residents of Dog Patch are hereby ordered to return home immediately and resume their orderly evacuation.
Are you crazy, man?
The evacuation and the bombing will be concluded tomorrow.
But, Mr. Army Man, what about our Yokumberry tonic?
I'm sorry. The tests have been declared a total failure. Now, attention. All you women whose husbands have been used as guinea pigs, a special bus will take you to the laboratory immediately. Oh, and Yokum, I'm afraid you'll have to come along with them.
Yes, sir.
What about our newly beautified husbands? Is they all right?
You'll find out at the laboratory. This way, Yokum. Come on, lady.
Wait a minute. I earned you fair and square. You coming with me.
Please, Earthquake, not till I find out what happens to little Abner. Earthquake, dear.
But remember, you mine now, forever and forever.
Yes, Earthquake, forever and forever.
Is they our husbands? They is beautiful. Look at all them muscles. They's gorgeous. They ain't nothing wrong with them that I'd like fixed.
Madam, would you embrace your husband?
Oh, boy, would I? Zeke! Zeke, it's me. Zeke!
Ladies, would the rest of you embrace your husbands?
Luke! Clem! Hey! Ruth! Cy! Hey! What's wrong with them? They don't care about us no more?
Ladies, I'm afraid these tests have tragically demonstrated that while Yokumberry tonic will make men physically perfect, eternally youthful, and incredibly attractive, they unfortunately lose all romantic interest.
Good gosh, they's all become little Abners.
Precisely.
What's we gonna do now? It's inhuman. You can't leave 'em like that. You just can't. Put 'em back the way they was. Oh, put 'em back the way they was. They was dumb, they was heathen, but at least they was breathing. So whatever else you done, put 'em back the way they was. Put 'em back the way they was, the way they was. Oh, put 'em back the way they was. They was plump, unattractive, but by gum, they was active. So I beg you kindly, cause put 'em back the way they was. Put 'em back the way they was. Oh, put 'em back the way they was. They was not known for beauty, but they showed done their duty, and they made the boudoir buzz. Put 'em back the way they was. They was long, lean, and lanky, but they loved hanky-panky. That's a pastime we pre-buzz. Put 'em back the way they was. They was vile-looking varmints wearing vile-looking garments, but they knowed a hiss from Huz. Put 'em back the way they was. Put 'em back the way they was, the way they was. Oh, put 'em back the way they was. They was no shakes as lovers, but they warmed up the covers, covered as they was with fuzz. Put 'em back the way they
Attention, ladies. There's a bus waiting outside to take you back to Dog Patch.
But Mr. Army Man, what is we gonna do?
Return to Dog Patch and proceed with the evacuation.
But what about our husbands?
They must remain here. Now, please, move
Oh,
along.
you can't leave them like
please, ladies. Bus is waiting. Move along now, move along, ladies. I'm afraid you folks will have to come along, too.
We'll move along directly. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, wouldn't have believed it.
Mr. Scientist, is they the way they is and Abner the way he is because he's been taking yokumberry tonic all his life?
Regretfully true, Miss Scragg.
Oh, that no good, miserable tree.
The bus is waiting. Do they all go?
All except these men and Mr. Yoakum. We'll need you for further study.
Yes, sir.
All right, men. Out this way, please.
Come along, folks.
Well, Daisy, I guess this is goodbye for a while.
It's goodbye forever, Abner.
Forever? Why?
Because I promised Earthquake that if he'd come up to Washington and use his brute strength to help save your life, that him and me'd get married. Well, he did, and we's gonna.
Earthquake, could I have one moment alone with Daisy before she leaves?
Well...
Please, Earthquake.
No messing around.
No messing around. Oh, Abner, I'm so miserable I could die.
I knows how you feels, Daisy, but we lives by the code of the hills, and a promise is a promise.
Yeah, but there's something we could do.
It's too late now. But don't you worry none. Earthquake is bound to be a good man once he's married up with you.
Ain't never gonna be like it could have been with you.
I know, Daisy. I know.
Oh, Abner.
I wish it could be otherwise. Otherwise, I'm sorry we met at all. I'm sorry we ever had to start with those wonderful dreams you broke my heart with. I wish there was some other way, like it is, our backs is against the wall. Just seems that fate put this heart of mine under some engine sign, or otherwise you'd still be mine, all mine, or otherwise you'd still be
Time, Daisy.
I done it. Was all my fault. I ruined my own boy.
Mammy, I got something to say.
Hesh, I never should have given Abner that tonic. I should have known
Now,
from the
Mammy,
start.
I'm gonna be heard.
I said Hesh. Why didn't I have more sense? Why didn't I
Now,
realize
you
out of
gonna
all the-
listen to me?
Would you hesh up, you little pipsqueak?
You hesh up.
What?
For once, you gonna hesh and stay heshed. I got some private talking to do with my boy. And by gum, I'm going to do it.
But, Pappy, I was only going to try
Now,
to
you
figure out
get, woman, get. I'll see you when I get back in Dog Patch. If an eye takes a notion to.
But, Pappy,
Get I has okay.
here, I want you to listen to this and listen carefully.
All right, Sam, we only got 20 minutes, so start festivitating the festivities.
Earthquake, why don't you wait till he's relocated?
No, sir. With all this shuffling around, the Queen liable to shuffle herself right out in the deck. Right, Cousin Romeo?
You're so right, Cousin Magoon.
So start festivitating.
Dearly beloved. Dearly beloved.
Dearly beloved!
Come on, Sam, we ain't got much time. So hurry up and get down to the odd dozens.
Well, that's right, Sam. Proceed. Only I do wish, Earthy dear, that you'd wait till all the rest of my kinfolk get here. Count of this wedding is gonna mean so much to them.
Why, of course, my dear.
With the bombing and all, they just can't wait to get into their nice new home.
Naturally.
With their new rich relative.
Most assuredly, my... Rich relative? Who?
Why, you, of course.
Me?
Well, you don't think a scrag would let another scrag go homeless, long as they was related to anyone as well-heeled as the world's dirtiest wrestler.
You mean you want these 3 miserable scrags to come and live with us?
Why, of course.
You're a first-class provider, Cousin Magoon.
The others will be along directly.
Others?
I sent Speedy McRabbit out to tell them all the good news. I knew you'd want it that way, Earthy dear.
Well, no, I never counted on...
Say, look who's here.
Why, it's Uncle Unbearable Scrag and his 3 darling children. Unthinkable, unwashable, and unhuman. Say hello to your new rich relative.
Hi, Cousin Earthy.
Thanks for the invite.
When do we eat? Hi, Cousin.
Why, look who come out of the swamp.
Cousin Earthy.
It's unappetizing, Scrag and his 2 dazzling daughters, priceless and liceless.
Welcome to the family, cousin.
She sure is generous.
Hi, Cousin Earthy.
Oh, well, upon my soul, it's the Bar Harbor Scrags.
Yeah, they've been barred from every harbor in the country.
Children will be here in the morning.
What time is you serving dinner?
Well, Sam, ain't you got some marrying to do?
I sure has. Well, batten down your hatches and grab hold of each other while I let's fly with my $8 wedding. Dearly beloved, we is gathered here today.
You got to dearly beloved.
To put an unfortunate, miserable critter away.
There he was hung first.
Remember poor Adam who got married and so began that miserable race of creatures known as the married man.
Married man.
Then think about Samson who was his real strongest male.
The strongest.
Till little Delilah went and give him a ponytail.
Ponytail.
State your objections or forever hold your peace.
He's telling you state your objections.
You signing a genuine ironclad permanent lease.
Never no escape clause.
Don't let me influence you in saying those fatal words.
Fatal words.
Just let me remind you, getting married is for the birds.
For the birds.
Now, if you still wants this little gal as your lawful mate, by powers invested, I pronounce as you man and...
Wait! Hold on there. Hold it, Sam. Stop the wedding. That's right, stop the wedding.
Did you say this is stop the wedding?
That's what I might claim Daisy made for myself. You'll laugh out the other side of your faces when Pappy gets here with his corn pones passionizing and romanticizing potion.
There ain't no such potion.
Oh, yes, there is.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe there is and maybe there isn't, but I gotta say something. This here lovely young gal's been in love with this fine boy all her life. And even if it means giving up my passport to ecstasy and giving up all these fine family ties, I'm willing to make the sacrifice.
Hold on, what about our passports? Besides, there ain't no such potion.
Oh, yes, there is. I've got it. I've got it. Here it is, son.
Thanks, Pappy.
Now, remember, son?
Wait! Look who's here! Our big oversized husbands! Pappy, give me that jug! Put 'em back the way they was. Obey in fact the way they was. They's uncouth and unpleasant, but at least
blessings I pronounce is you.
Wait! Stop the wedding. Your time is up.
Well, I'm almost done.
But the plane and the bomb are on their way.
But I got just 3 more words.
Not a word, not a syllable.
3 itty-bitty words.
Out to your...
Hey, look! There's some writing here signed Abraham Lincoln.
There are trucks waiting. Abraham Lincoln?
Here, just listen to this. Because of his lack of strategy, his military blunders, and his general ineptness, which almost single-handedly enabled the North to win this Civil War, a grateful government dedicates this statue of General Jubilation T. Cornpone, proclaiming it a national shrine.
Good heavens! It's a national shrine!
And you can't deface a national shrine.
Huh?
You can't deface it, you can't move it, and you can't bomb it.
You're absolutely right. Stop that plane. Notify Washington. Citizens of Dogpatch, the evacuation is ended.
And now with my blessings I pronounce is you.
Wait! Why? This joyful event can't be consummated until he pays homage to the one man who made all this possible. Who romanticized this boy?
His reward, his mighty torch is still lit.
First in war, first in peace, first to holler, I quit.
Jubilant Cornpone, unchained and short.